having the desire to put someone in their place. I think it depends on the I think it depends on the situation. Um, Now, of course, if your sole objective is to put someone in their place, that's you just come approaching it from your ego. You know, that's just all ego. Now, I do think that there is a time and a place in which that is a necessity, especially as men, to uphold a standard in our culture, society, whatever the case may be. Um, Everybody, I used to bounce. I used to bounce at a club in Chicago. I used to bounce at clubs in Chicago for 8 years. I could tell someone, hey man, you got to stop doing that. If you stop doing that, I'm gonna have to put you out, or a female. Some people would respond to that and be like, all right, my bad, bro. We all good. Some people I would have to say, hey, look, if you do that one more time, I'm gonna have to put your ass out. Your night is done. And then actually physically remove them from that. So there's a time and a place in where there's some people that you have to put them in their place, because if you don't, nobody else is doing it. So they're going to continue that repetition of thinking that it's okay for them to do it. So I think that it depends on the environment, on the situation, the case. But I think that it's a time and a place for all of it. But if you're just intentionally going out and looking for conflict, then you just that's just you're just a poor uh citizen of society, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Dave West.
Yeah, cause I'm with him. Cause like saying you're gonna put somebody in their place, it just sounds like vindictiveness. Like that's all that sounds like. There's no need, like time and place, like you said. Um, Other than that, there's no need to be trying to prove your point and prove your ego by being vindictive. And like Cookie said, sometimes it is okay to be just silent. Sometimes you like silence is louder, but that can also come off as being passive aggressive in the certain situations.
All right. Go ahead, brother Hank. Or Sweeney, you want to go? Either one of y'all can. All right. Go ahead,
Um, it's I don't think it's ego. I think it's human. Somebody violates you, you're gonna want to put them in their place. That's just how this world operates. I come in, like Dave West specifically, I come in and I start calling you out your name, right? Very first thing you're gonna do is try to check me, i.e., put me. You want me to stop. So the first thing you're gonna do is try to check me and get me to stop doing it. Or you're gonna defer to those who have, which leads to my next point, power over me. Because to truly actually put somebody in their place, you have to have the monopoly on force and power, or be able to defer to something that does. So, for example, on these panels, the reality is most of us can't check nobody on these panels, which is the reason why a lot of these conversations devolve into shouting matches to begin with. Is because, like, man, he go at it. He can't do shit to me, and I can't do shit to him.
But that's ego.
It's not ego, it's a reality. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say what I want to say. He wants to say what he wants to say.
But
We
there's
both
also
want,
power. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
and technically the only person who can curve all of that is the person who has control over the panel, i.e. JR. So he can technically kick us off the show, mute our microphones, whatever, and that will be technically putting us in our place. But if you let two people go, there ain't nothing that can stop us from going. So to really truly put something, so I take what Cookie said and what the other guy said also, what the guy in the video said is that the reality is because it requires a monopoly on force, or you have to have the ability to control that person or their consequences or their outcomes. You can only control how you react and how you handle things. Because the reality is you can't do shit to them.
All right, go ahead, Dave West. You want to say something else?
Sometimes you gotta look at it though, like, what did you get out of that altercation? Sometimes I just feel good when I just walk away, because you can't. That can be even more powerful than spewing out towards somebody, or like sometimes I don't just walk away from some stuff. I be like, I ain't even got time for it. Sometimes that feel a lot more powerful and less conflictive than anything else.
Right.
I have a great example I can use real quick. So there was a video on Instagram where I had made a comment to a young man. Another young man jumped in the comment and was like, "Man, you just old. You an old man talking. You know what I'm saying? Shit is different now. Blah blah blah." So I explained to him, instead of bickering and going back and forth with him, I explained to him, well, once you get to my age, you'll understand the necessity for a man to hold young men accountable and to explain something to them in order for them to understand what it is to grow into manhood. There was also another gentleman that was going back and forth with him as well. And after I made that comment, he stopped responding to me and kept going with the chaos with the other guy. Now I can only assume that he took that and understood what it was that I was saying, i.e., putting him in his place. Now, it wasn't me saying it from an egotistical or me trying to belittle him manner. It was me trying to get him to understand the intentions behind what it was that I was saying to him. So I think that it's to put someone in their place. There's different ways to do it. You can put somebody in their place without making them feel as if they are belittled. Is saying it in a manner that they will understand it, that okay, this person is not saying it with ill intention. He's saying it with the good graces of, you know what I'm saying, trying to inform me of something better. And that's a way to put someone in their place.
All right. Go ahead, Hank.
So me listening to some of the response and seeing how some of the things has panned out. It's funny. Talking about put somebody in place. I can tell by the responses. Y'all not doing what y'all saying. Being silent, it means allowing somebody to speak and just hear what they say and let them, even if they're right or wrong, let them sound crazy if they're wrong. But if they're right, then let them be right. That's not what we're getting. That's why I get the response, because they try to check me because they don't agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. But don't sit there and talk about, do this. No, you ain't doing nothing what you say. You're doing just the opposite. So you always want to check somebody and put somebody in place. That's what some people do. I don't worry about that shit. I'm not going to sit there and try to put a woman in place for what? She's beneath me. Why don't I put somebody beneath me in her place? She's not a factor to me. So some strange woman I'm going to try to put in her place for what? You ain't shit to me. You don't move me. You're not my wife. I have no ties to you. I'm not covering you. I'm gonna let that dude that you dealing with deal with you. Or you put him in his place because you won't treat him like a boy. Go put your boy in a place. I'm not your boy. So you can't just always try to think we can go out there and put people in their place. Now, certain situations won't allow you to, because your life could be on the line. You trying to put somebody in a place, or I'm gonna put them in a place. What the hell you talking about? You gonna put, and then gonna end up not living anymore. Or come up deceased because you wanted to prove your point. Like I think my man said, your ego gets in the way, and you want to just let it be known. Hey, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, say all you want. I'm just going to ignore you because you're not a factor to me. Man or woman, you're not a factor to me. You don't mean shit to me. So, fellas, I say it all the time. Women shouldn't move you like that. They shouldn't move you like that. And if they do, you're a weak ass dude. If you allow a woman to get to you like that, that's a problem. Then you taking overly emotional activities and traits that your father failed you and didn't teach you. Your father let you down because he wasn't in the house. Your father didn't let you down because he didn't teach you how to move as a man. Don't allow these things to happen to you. Don't move off of this stuff. Don't act off of this stuff. That's what they want to do. I feel like they individual want to try to check you. Walk away. It's a bigger man to do that anyway. Takes a fool to sit there and argue with him. Mm-hmm. But if you walk away, she or he or whoever that person is gonna look like a fool arguing about it goddamn selves.